This is a modern Speedcube. UV coated, Maglev, magnets, turns great. Cast your mind back.
This was the 80s, man.
We had ads like this.
Sure, Sir Isaac Newton unraveled the mysteries of gravity, but could he have unraveled the mysteries of Rubik's Cube?
In 1982 we had
Min's final time, 22.95 seconds.
and he was using one of these great classic cubes of the 1980s. Chunky, bad turning, no magnets, no springs, no adjustment, nothing. Let's ask Feliks Zemdegs what he thinks of this cube.
Needs to go in the bin.
And to solve it, we're going to use this. Let's go. Mastering the Rubik's Cube by Don Taylor. This book is from 1981. And we can see we have our wonderful colour scheme there. And the author's note that says to read each section carefully and slowly and try not to skip. After some practice, it should take only 5 minutes to get the cube back to its original pattern. There you go. Introduction. The Rubik's Cube is a remarkable puzzle invented by the Hungarian sculptor, designer and architectural engineer Professor Erno Rubik of the School for the Commercial Arts in Budapest. Here's the design of the original cube. We can see from one of these, if we take it apart, we have the same kind of piece shapes they have in the book. First steps to a solution. So we have to remember we have our centerpiece, corner piece and an edge piece. They call them cubes because essentially they are cubes. We don't think of them as pieces. Let's begin work on the blue face and attempt to move the blue and red edge cube into its correct position. Hold the cube with the blue face to the top and the red to the left. If the blue and red cube is already on the bottom of the red face, it's not. Skip to instruction 3. If not, it can be brought there by first taking it to the bottom layer by turning a side face and then to the red face by turning the bottom face. So let's turn it. So it's now on the bottom and then we can turn it around to the red face. Now, if the blue square of the blue and red cube is on the bottom face, no, so we'll skip forward. If on the other hand, it's a red square which is on the bottom, rotate the bottom layer through a quarter turn to bring the blue square to one of the sides adjacent to the red face, then rotate this side face through a quarter turn to bring the red square onto the red face. So that needs to go here. And finally turn the red face to bring the blue and red cube to its correct position at the top. Here. So now we have the red and blue in its correct position. In this way, substituting other colours for red, each of the 4 edge cubes on the blue face can be successfully moved to its correct position. This leaves the corners to be fixed, which she'll do after a brief description of clockwise and anti-clockwise rotation. So let's find another one. We have blue and yellow here. So if the blue square of the blue and red, or blue and yellow in this case, is on the bottom face, simply rotate the red face to bring it to the top to its correct position. Rotate, rotate. Let's find another one. So here we have blue and orange. So we need to rotate that round to the blue and orange part. Now, this is where it starts to get a bit tricky. If the red square is on the bottom, well, here it's actually blue on the bottom. So we want to go blue. So that's the same as we had before. And so now we have the last one is blue and white. So we rotate that round to the blue and white side here. And we've got white on the bottom. If on the other hand is the red square, which is on the bottom, in this case white, because we're doing the white face now, rotate the bottom layer quarter turn to bring the white square onto one of the sides face adjacent to the red face. So we do rotate the bottom layer through a quarter turn. So we'll move it over to here. Rotate this side face through a quarter turn to bring the white square onto the white face, and finally turn the white face to bring the blue and red cube to its correct position at the top. The maneuver instruction 4 of turning a side face next to the red face may again move the edge cube of the blue face away from its correct position, which it has done. To fix this, turn the side face in the opposite direction so that the blue square is moved back to the top. And there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was exhausting.
Let's have a Kit Kat. When you have a break, have a Kit Kat. Wait for...
If we have a clock like this, then clockwise is this way. For the cube, when we look at it, clockwise is this way. When we look at the back, clockwise will be like this for the clock. And so clockwise will be this way. Because if we're looking at it here, this is clockwise. Turn it round, that's still clockwise. Same for this side, clockwise and this side clockwise. And then when we look at the bottom, it's the same thing. We need to think about clockwise like this. And so clockwise is this way. And then counterclockwise is the reverse. So the trick to remember is clockwise is always the same direction. We have our blue pieces here for the edge pieces. Now we need to find the corner pieces, put them in their correct places. So let's have a look, and we see we've got one here, and that's yellow and red. We need to move this to the corner it's going to go into. So we rotate it, yellow, yellow, red, red, blue. Okay, so the blue's on the front. So step 4 says, if the blue square's on the front face, rotate the front face through a clockwise quarter turn, rotate the bottom face through a clockwise quarter turn, then rotate the front face through an anti-clockwise quarter turn. And we've got yellow, yellow, red, red, blue, blue. So that's correct. So let's find another one. So here we have yellow, red, and orange, which has to go here. So we move the bottom layer, and then here we go. So we're on the right-hand side again. So step 5 again. If the blue square is on the right face, rotate the right face through an anti-clockwise quarter turn, rotate the bottom face through an anti-clockwise quarter turn, then rotate the right face through a clockwise quarter turn. And that's in the correct spot. So we have 2. Let's find another one. Here we go. White, orange, and blue. That needs to go here, and it's on the bottom. So that's step 6. If the blue square is on the bottom face, correct. Rotate the right face through an anti-clockwise quarter turn. Rotate the bottom face through a clockwise quarter turn. Rotate the right face through a clockwise quarter turn. Then rotate the bottom face through 2 quarter turns, which is a half turn. And it doesn't matter if it's performed clockwise or anti-clockwise. This brings us to the situation where the cube we want to shift has its blue square on the right face. So to finish off, go back to instruction 5. So 5 says, rotate the right face through an anti-clockwise quarter turn, rotate the bottom face through an anti-clockwise quarter turn, then rotate the right face through a clockwise quarter turn, and it's in its place. And then the last one we want is here, which is step 5 again. If the blue square is on the right face, rotate the right face through an anti-clockwise quarter turn, rotate the bottom face through an anti-clockwise quarter turn, then rotate the right face through a clockwise quarter turn. And we've done it. That's our first layer. Let's see what it says next. Having successfully restored one layer of the cube, it's now time to rest a while, go over the moves and consolidate what you've learnt before moving on to the more difficult task of getting the whole cube back to its pristine state. Let's take a break.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Hey, when I want to buy some cubes, I'll go to Waddle Cube. They've got all the greatest products, including the new MoYu Alsu V7 4x4 in the single track, the double track, and the triple track.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
From here, we're going to use a notation system to describe the moves for a cube. So we're going to talk about the front, the back, the top, this will be down, the right, and the left. If we want to turn the right face once, we notate it like this. And if we want to turn right anti-clockwise, we turn it like this. Same for the front. If we want to turn the front once, we turn it like this, notated like this, and counterclockwise like this. The same for all the other faces. So it doesn't matter which way we're looking at the cube, as long as we keep the orientation the same, all the moves will be notated by our front and top and down. Now we have our blue face done and all the corners done. The next step is to find the edge pieces to fit in here. So at this part, we turn the cube over so the blue is on the bottom, and we start looking for pieces that have to go in to the edges. So for example, this is orange and white, and that has to go here. And orange and yellow, which will go here. We don't need to worry about the green ones just yet. That's the last layer we'll do later. So let's look at the color of the top square. Here it's orange and white, and we want it to go into this slot here. Because this color matches this one, we're going to leave it here, and we're going to do this string here. F, U, 2, R, U minus 1, R minus 1, U2, F minus 1. And we can see our white and orange piece is now where it needs to be, and we still have the blue as we expect it to be. Let's do this one, which is white and red, and that needs to go into this hole here. So turn, turn. The white matches the white on the front, and so this will be the same string again, which I'll display here. F, U, 2, R, U minus 1, R minus 1, U2, and then F. And we can see it's put the piece in where we want it to be. Moving on, we have yellow and red, which is to go here. And because this color here matches this one, we'll do a slightly different string that's similar to what we just did. So if this color matches this one, we turn the top. So this is on the right hand side of this, of the hole that it needs to go into. And we go using this string here. F, U2, R, U, R minus 1, U, U, F minus 1. And we have our red and yellow in the spot. The last one's going to be orange and yellow there. So that's yellow on top there, which matches the yellow on the front, which is going to go there. So this will go back to the first string that we used. F, U2, R, U minus 1, R minus 1, U2, F minus 1. And there we have it. Our first two layers are done. If in the process of trying to get one of these edge pieces in and you find that you can't do it because they're all in the wrong spot or you've got a wrong one in there, just take any one of the four on top that you would normally leave on top, pop it into there, and that'll pop out the one that's there, and then you can just move on and start to solve the rest of the cube.
I'm going to put that hard-boiled egg into this milk bottle. Looks impossible. A wad of paper, I light it, put it into the bottle, fire goes out, reduction in pressure, an egg on top, watch it, in it goes. And there, the atmosphere pushed it in. The atmosphere did the work.
Now we have the cube done with the two layers and we have our final layer. We have to do a few more steps. The first one is to get the corners into their correct location. We're not worried about twisting them so green is up. We just want to move it so it gets to the right location, and then the same for the edge pieces. So we'll do the corner pieces first, and the first step is to find a corner piece that's in the correct location. So we've got green, orange and white. So let's move that round to here. That's in the correct location. That's red, green and white. That's in the wrong spot. That's orange, yellow and green. That's in the wrong spot. And that's red, green and yellow. That's in the wrong spot. So let's try moving this way. So that's in the correct spot now. That's in the correct spot now. That's in the wrong spot, and that's in the wrong spot. So we're going to use this string here. I'm just going to turn it like that. So the two that we need to swap are at the back. So this one, well, actually we might just move that back and we'll just rotate the cube like that. So we've got yellow and red and green, and that one's correct as well. So we want to swap these two at the back. So let's do that. We'll go F, U minus 1, back minus 1, U, F minus 1, U minus 1, back, U2. So we have our green, yellow and orange, and that's been twirled, which is good. We have red, yellow and green, and that's been twisted as well, which is good. Over here we have green, red and white, which is correct, and orange, white and green, which is correct. If we needed to swap three around like this, where that was the correct one and these need to be rotated around, we'll do one of those two. Alternatively, if you just need to swap the diagonal ones, we can do this here. If obviously they need to go this way, then you just rotate the whole cube around so that you can go in the right direction. Having a look at the cube now, at the edge pieces, I can see green and orange is correct here. I can see this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. So looking at these two diagrams, I'll rotate the cube around and I'll see the yellow has to go here, the red has to go here, the white has to go here. So that's this one here. So let's follow this here, which I'll display here, and let's follow with that. So L2, U minus 1, F minus 1, back, L2, front, back minus 1, U minus 1, L2. And we can see our corners are still correct, and we've now got these in the correct spot. So we're almost there. If you had a situation where you had opposites here, or a design like this where you had to swap them here and here, or here and here, we have string for those as well. Let's have a look at these ones here for the corner pieces. We can see this is correct and this is correct. So we've got these two left to go. Having a look at this one, we can see it needs to go counterclockwise for this one, and this one needs to go clockwise. A few different combinations you might have here, with all 4 needing to be twisted, or 3 needing to be twisted, or 2 being needing to be twisted, but you'll never get just a single one needing to be twisted. If that's the case, then you've got a really bad problem on your hands. If you've got a situation where you have 3 that need to be twirled, you do the same thing we're about to do. It'll spin 2, and then you spin the other 2 like that. If you've got 4 that need to be done, you just do 2, and then you do the other 2. So these 2 are correct, and these 2 need to be spun around. So I can see this needs to go anti-clockwise, and this one needs to go clockwise. For the next step, we're going to be twirling these 2 round, and we start with the first one here in the front right hand corner that needs to be twirled clockwise. And we're going to go through with this here, R minus 1, D, R, F, D, F minus 1. Now, don't get into a panic. It looks like a mess, but remember the next one we want to do is this one here. So we go over the page and move this one to where we want to start doing the actions, and we do kind of like the reverse. So F, D minus 1, F minus 1, R minus 1, D minus 1, R. And we can see now we have all our green corners correct and up, and we'll just move it around so we have the correct colors here as well. And our edge pieces have stayed, so they are now in the correct location, just with the wrong orientation. So now we have our 4 edge pieces we need to flip. So we'll use this string here, and we'll start with this one here, which is in the correct position that we want. And we go F, U, D minus 1, L2, U2, D2, R. Now it looks like it's messed up, but what we do is we rotate the top to the next one that we want to work on, and it'll be now kind of the reverse. R minus 1, D2, U2, L2, D, U minus 1, F minus 1. And you can see, and we'll just put that back, we now have this one and this one in the correct position. So we'll do the same again. We'll rotate round, and we'll do the same for these 2 here. So again, the string is here, and we go with F, U, D minus 1, L2, U2, D2, R, and then we'll rotate that round, and we go R minus 1, down to U2, L2, down, U minus 1, F minus 1. And then the cube is solved.